Ladies and gentlemen, the big question, just a follow-up video with respect to the one that we did about the Freemasons. Now, this has also got me thinking that in 2021, sometimes in 2021, I think early 2021, MUTAHI NGUNYI did write something about President RUTO. He said that President RUTO then was a Freemason, and that these are the people who created President RUTO. And then the creation, actually, it happened during his time in Moi's government, where he was introduced, and then that explains why he rose from, being a chicken seller to being a filthy rich billionaire. So the question is, could that be true? If you look at everything that is going on, could it be true that President Ruto is a Freemason? So before I delve into that uh, discussion, do kindly subscribe and click that notification bell so that you're notified whenever we post. So first of all, that is a question which I believe is, or the answer to it would be probably speculative. First of all, because Freemasons are a secretive society. We were asked, if you remember, Rachel was asked in that interview how people can join that society, and he said that he could not disclose that unless somebody joined. So the only way to know how people join is when you actually join. So whether or not President Ruto is a member of that society would now therefore go into whether he invokes the name of God. You see, because he believed that Freemasons do not invoke the name of God while on those lodges. So you wonder, how then would you know when one is a Freemason? For instance, Rachel, in his interview, he spoke about God candidly, but now invoking the name of God happens, or not invoking the name of God happens while you are within the Freemason lodges where they meet. So when they meet, they don't invoke the name of God, while out there, they can invoke the name of God. So how would you know these people? So the only pointer to at least something that could probably point to some truth is probably saying that he's filthy rich, and therefore he also has the political influence, because those are some of the pointers that if you look at the members of the Freemasons, that those are some of the things that they share. They are very rich, and they are also politically influential. So in the video that we did before, you noted that a lot of those members were presidents and former presidents. In Ghana, all of the members are actually presidents. And then so in Gabon, in Mali, all of them are actually presidents. So could our president also be a member of that society? So that is a question that we can probe further. We'll probably ask more about it. But what I believe is Kenya as a society, as I said before, do view Freemasons in a different manner, including myself, because of its sacred nature and what they term as rituals, which we do not know what kind of rituals they do. But there is strong belief in me that most of our politicians, most of them with the tremendous political influence, are members of that society, because they tap you. They want such political influence because that is what they use. So they want to maintain that political power. So if you look at it, it would be very, I think, it would be very not really abnormal to just dispute the fact, or even not to question it, because again, is there anything so certain that a man cannot question? Nothing is so certain. So the question as to why Ruto is a Freemason, the fact that it was raised by MUTAHI NGUNYI at that particular time, you may not know, because where there is smoke, there is fire. You see. So I think the same way President Ruto attacked Raila being a mganga, mchawi, because Raila believed in probably the traditional Luo culture in terms or followed those ones strictly, so therefore he called him a mchawi. There is also the possibility that MUTAHI NGUNYI, being one of the people who's been in government and also I've worked closely with him in the Jubilee government, would know more about him. So I think this is more of a personal view by MUTAHI NGUNYI. Again, you cannot also accept whatever MUTAHI NGUNYI was saying as absolute truth, considering that he was at the time of that statement or publishing of that statement, he was with Uhuru Kenyatta, who had cut ties with President RUTO. So the challenge is, again, that comes in if RUTO is a Freemason, or how about Uhuru Kenyatta, because those are the if you're going to look specifically on riches, you see, and power and influence, I think President Uhuru Kenyatta was more richer and probably more influential than President RUTO. So, or again, or even if you extend it further, you consider Right Honorable Raila Odinga, are they all in that group? So it is very difficult to isolate one and claim that he's a member, and then you see leave the rest, because they share a lot in terms of political influence and money, you see. So what I know again about politicians is that some of these things that are said in political rallies about one another, or what they say about one another, there's some semblance of truth in them that probably require more probing. But if that was also true, whatever he said, you see, Ruto did not even respond to it. Whether or not he's a member, he did not give it any credence in terms of at least responding or addressing it. So what remains out there is a statement that was made by NGUNYI and which has not been responded to. How you are going to treat that statement, that is for you. For me, I believe it is something that was probably said as a sensationally to advance a political objective rather than as an absolute truth with respect to President Ruto's association or otherwise with the Freemason. That marks the end of our analysis. Do kindly subscribe and click that notification bell. We'd also like to know what you think about this particular issue, especially with respect to our leaders generally being members of the Freemasons. Do you agree with me that most of our leaders are indeed members? If you do leave a comment there. If you don't agree, we'd also like to know what you think. Until next time, thank you very much.